Good morning all. I am Rajeshwari Raja from second year Finance. Today we have the honor of interviewing Mr. Jonas Prasanna, the HR business partner from Boeing. Good morning, sir. We are honored to have you today.
Thank you.
So, thank you for agreeing to do this interview with us. Can we start with the questions?
Yeah, sure.
So, the first question would be, can you explain us what is an HR VP in an organization, or what is your role as an HR VP?
So, HR business partner is essentially a bridge between the managers and the employees. I would say the HR business partner is an advocate to the employees. He's also a critical change agent in what the organization wants to drive from a people standpoint. The HR leader can be an advocate, can be a coach to the business leaders to guide them that there are certain implications of decisions that impact the business from a people point of view.
Thank you, sir. That was wonderful. The next question would be, how do you feel being a critical part of the success of giants like Disney Hotstar, Philips, Capgemini, and what factors have aided your victory in these organizations?
So I fell by chance into these organizations, and there's a matter of luck, but I'm also privileged to be part of such organizations because they had systems in place. So at very early stages in my career, I knew what was the right way to do certain things. There are also pros and cons of that. The cons would be that you're used to a certain way of working. And that is what is challenging for us as HR professionals, to really reinvent ourselves and see what is a better way to do it, to keep in line with what the market demands of us and the market situation. So I would say it's a combination of both luck as well as an ability to innovate.
Thank you, sir. That was wonderful. Moving on, the roles of an HR manager being diverse, what role do you feel has the most challenges, and what suggestions do you put forth in solving them?
So the role of a HR manager, so HR cannot be viewed as only being part of the management. HR should also be viewed as being part as an advocate of people. So as a HR manager, there are two parts to it. One is, how do I motivate my team? Like any other manager, there are so much of opportunities outside. How do you keep them engaged? How do you help them with whatever that they're going through, with regards to not just about their work self, but also their personal self? Because we as human beings are a complete package, and we cannot separate work from life. So as a manager, I would look at it from that perspective. As a HR professional, I would encourage my teams to say, don't just do what is asked of you, but predict what the business needs from you. And that way you are ahead of the curve in terms of being able to support.
That's a wonderful solution, sir. Next up, how would you direct an individual to be the top HR influencer?
To be an influencer means that you need to put content out there. And in order to put content out there, it's very rare that lightning strikes once where your content suddenly goes viral. Okay, we only see that because those are out of 1 billion population. You see viral contents happening from 1 or 2 individuals. But the key to being an influencer is to be consistent, to put out quality content, and to also engage with your audience, to hear from them what they need and then provide that kind of content. So that, just do it over many years and you'll get to be an influencer.
Wonderful, sir. Moving on, what is your take on the quote, "You cannot mandate productivity, you must provide the tools to let people become their best"? This was by Steve Jobs himself. So what is your take on that, sir?
It's very relevant, especially in the situation that we are in currently, when there is so much of focus on hybrid work, on remote work. And there's this question in people's minds, especially in leadership's minds, that because I cannot see the person, is the person productive or not? So the dichotomy is this: when you're in office, you take a number of breaks. You take a break to go and meet a friend, you take a break for lunch, you take a break for snacks and tea, you take all these different types of breaks. But the same is also expected of you in terms of when you are remote, you are expected to be always online. So you need to have that green symbol always on. And if you're not there at your desk, people think you're not working. So there is this productivity conundrum. And I think it's two ways. One is it's for managers to understand that remote and hybrid work requires a different way in which you handle. You need to help people be accountable and also ensure that they are responsible for their results and not really worry about how they go about doing it. The second part is also in terms of how do we look at training them that it's also, you need people to be back in office, and as a result of which, what are the days that are suitable for everyone to come and collaborate together. When that collaboration happens, and that's a team agreement, that's not driven by leaders, because as a leader I might say Wednesdays work for me, but for my team it might not. But you want the team to be there, and the team says that on Tuesdays I want to work. So then how do we accommodate to ensure that those things happen? So productivity is a very tricky topic. It is right on the minds of leaders since the pandemic, and it continues.
Okay, sir. So one extra question from my side. So what do you feel is the ideal part or aspect of a leader, or the concept leadership itself?
So leaders need to remember that we are here to serve and not the other way around. If you approach leadership with that mindset that you are here to serve, then you will get a lot of things right.
That's wonderful, sir. So moving on, so you have come to us as a part of the HR Conclave. So what is your experience so far? So how do you feel about this initiative by Krupanidhi?
I felt the whole process of identification of topic, coordinating between different panels, it was done in a very smooth manner. It shows that you guys have done this before, which is very important because you want to give the optimal experience to a participant or a panelist. So I felt that was good.
So any suggestions that you would give us, or any words of advice?
I would say let me go through the whole thing and then I can, yeah.
So not to trouble you even more, just one last piece of question. What would you suggest or give out, like a piece of advice or a note to the job seekers and freshers such as?
So I would say don't worry about the salary. The salary will come, okay? I think people are evaluated, especially in our times, based on what is their package. Just worry about what are the experiences that you're going to get, because those experiences are going to determine your salary in the future. So just focus on the experiences.
Okay, so thank you so much. That was a lovely interview.
Thank you.